Hello YouTube, my name is Jack, welcome back to Wargaming. Today I am discussing some artwork that I had made for the channel based on myself and my closest little barnyard crew. The artwork is designed by Virlandil. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's over on Twitter, and I first want to start off by saying if you like any of the artworks in this little showcase, go and check her out in the links in the description below. She will be the top link in the description. You can also check out her pricing sheet over there where you yourself can get an artwork made of yourself as a 40k character. Though of course, yes, it goes without saying now, she does artworks of people as 40k characters, and her work is incredible, as you've seen already and you are about to see again. She did her work incredibly fast for a very good price and was extremely nice and considerate of all of the different notes and limitations and things that I wanted for all of these artworks. Truly a masterpiece. It also goes without saying that I provided her with a reference for all of our faces and with specific miniatures so that she could get the exact colors as well. So you can literally get yourself made as you are in whatever army you want in your specific colors, and she does the whole shebang. Insane. So without further ado, I'm going to give you some backstory on all of the different people and show you a reference photo starting with Conor. Now this is my good mate Conor. He has been playing Warhammer with me for 12 years and I've known him a lot longer than that as well, and he wanted to be known as a Thousand Son. He's played many different armies across the whole course of his Warhammer career, if you'd call it that, and has been incredibly helpful and supportive of me in the creation of these bat reps that I make on the channel. You can see that he's also in pre-heresy colors, because not only did she draw him all wicked and evil looking, but he's also in the pre-heresy colors. You can see the detail of the level of the brass and the shine on the armor, and it goes without saying the eyes. Look at the eyes, the way that she can get them to glow, and the very pupils look like they're burning. Ah, the wicked smile, the hair, and it looks just like him. It looks so perfect, so close to what he actually looks like in person. And the way that the gem in his chest shines, ridiculous. I don't know how she does it. Let's stick with the marine theme and keep it rolling with Tate. Tate actually lives quite close to the studio, and although very young compared to the rest of the crew, I did get him into playing Warhammer 2 years ago and has helped me around in the creation of terrain and battle reports so much. You can see him in the latest video where I made the Eldar terrain, the building video. Whenever I need him to help out, he does, and he's been so great with that. And so he wanted to become a Death Guard because naturally he plays Death Guard, and wow, I mean, look at the comparison between the two faces. She absolutely nailed his hair and the way that the blending on the horn coming out of his armor. You can tell with the depth, the pipes within his shoulder panel, and the cable that runs up the extra horn that she added onto his head as well. His facial expression looks mean. He's got a cut through his lip, a nice little pimple there to show that he's, I mean, I don't even know if she was going for a teenager, but that's pretty funny. But the Death Guard theme as well, holy crap. I mean, I think you can agree, like, look at the depth of the shades, every single individual shade that she did. She's even got gray on that bit of armor panel over there to indicate maybe a scratch or some shine on the armor panel to tell that it's gold. Ridiculous. All of the individual scratches across his armor as well is just nuts. Next up, we are starting to dive into the Aldari section of this artwork showcase because there is a lot to get through, and we're going to start with Owen. Owen has been super helpful towards the channel. I only met him a few years ago, but holy crap, he paints really fast. If I need a hand, he is absolutely there. Extremely helpful guy. So he was made up as a Ynnari character, and of course you can tell it's the Vizark from Ynnari. The exact same colors and all, because making a Ynnari character would be really hard unless you kind of become a named character. So he is the only named character in this little section of artworks, but of course it's him as the Vizark as well, and wow. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but the way that his armor is painted on, it doesn't look like it's paint. It looks like metal. It looks like metal. You can tell that the spines that come out from his back look like actual metal, the way that they shine, and that the shadowing effect that appears underneath the top parts to give them that curvature, and they have that real like nice 3D effect as they go up above his head. Holy crap. And of course the first of these artworks to have gems. You can see that the way that the gems like pop out from his chest and have such a shine. Every tiny little detail, like the amount of times you can zoom in on this artwork and see so many new details that you didn't first see, and the fact that he has like a nice little cut through his eyebrow if you didn't notice that at first, the way that his lips are formed, the way that his eyes are formed, and the fact that they have a nice little glass kind of texture underneath on the bottom there. Oh, just magical. And now we approach the second half of these artworks, starting with, I think, my least favorite of all the artworks. It's Jack. Jack has been probably the most helpful person on the channel. He has been in, I think, about 8, maybe even 9 battle reports out of like 20 to 21. I've lost track. He has repeatedly shown up and kicked my butt over and over and over, and of course was made up as a Dark Eldar Archon in the form and the colors of Black Heart. As I said earlier, she draws and colors in these artworks in any color you give her. So Jack requested to be Black Heart, boom, there he is as Black Heart. Again, the amount of detail. You zoom in and you're like, holy crap, there are his pupils, there are his scars on his lip, which have like 3 different colors in there, the crack in his gem on his chest. There's so much depth. That gem just goes on for an eternity. There's like, how many colors can you count in there? At least like 12 or something ridiculous. The scratches and the shape of the scratches on his armor plates, and the shine and the shimmer of the metal parts that come out of his shoulders. However, I do say that what I mean to say is, out of all the artworks that were made, this one represents the person the least. In my opinion anyway. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think it looks like Jack? Do you not think it looks like Jack? I think that it kind of does, but if you were to choose the person who relates least to their drawing, I would be picking Jack. The only criticism I have is that this one specifically, I'm not sure why, but to me it doesn't look quite like him. Other than that though, wow, what an artwork. Holy crap. Saving myself for last as well, we now jump into the only 2 out of 7 artworks in this little showcase that are not humanoid, I guess you would say. They don't have human looking faces. They're not a marine, they're not a guardsman, they're not an Eldari. They are an orc and a Tyranid, which is, when you think about it, trying to draw an orc or a Tyranid as a human face is near impossible, I would say, but she made it work. First off with Matt. Wow, look at this freaking artwork. Holy crap. Let's first take a look at how close this resembles the artwork and the photo that I supplied of Matt. Look at how close she got. I understand, and Matt also himself was not really that happy with the fact that he had a small mouth and it kind of looks like Matt is being possessed by an orc. But if you gave him a bigger mouth, you would lose out on the fact that it looks like Matt. You can really tell that it looks like Matt. It is so close to him. It is just ridiculous. And of course, orcs do not have hair. They don't have hair. They have a top knot little thing, and they don't have a beard because they don't grow it, you know, being the mushrooms that they are. But the fact that she added it and it still works so well, it's just ridiculous. The glow in his eyes, the fact that he has all the colors that he asked for based on this model as well, because Matt's army is run by Golder Shoulder, and he wanted to be Golder Shoulder himself and have a gold shoulder, and of course have his other shoulder be yellow and red and be shiny. All of the orc panels are made out of a metal, so you can really tell that the red has been painted on, and the shiny edges, the sharp metal shines through. She didn't do that for other artworks as well that were softer, and you could tell that the metal had been more carefully placed and didn't have that rough edge. But this, wow, like the rough edge of the metal and the streaks in the muscles on his arm. It's just insane. And the crinkle on his nose, the way that his nostril flares, exactly the same way that Matt's does, is just unreal. I can't get over it. And the second monster is, of course, Neale, the Gene Stealer Patriarch. What a weapon. But we took the same approach that we did with Matt's orc, and we just kind of threw it on there. And of course, the glasses are such a nice touch, based off of the model that he as well has, the color scheme I mean, which I supplied her. As you can see here, he's got the green claws and the white body, the kind of infiltrator look that you can get from an alien, you know, that hiding in the shadows, the depth of the streaks on his armor that you can tell have been born and like birthed, the way that they kind of grow. His carapace grows and has all these streaks to it, and the depth of his brain as well. You can tell his huge brain with his big horn and his glowing red hot like orange eyes that really stare into your soul. It's absolutely insane. The fact as well that Neale wanted to look menacing, even without a supplied photo of making him look menacing like I did with Matt, where I got him to roar, kind of in the shape of an orc, she still managed to get a menacing look with his mouth, like a growling, snarling approach, which is just unreal. Like, look at it. Look how close it is to his face. So good. And lucky last, you have myself, Jack, the autarch with swooping hawk wings. I didn't quite understand how I kind of wanted to go about my artwork at first. I thought a lot about the other artworks, and then I didn't really kind of think about what I wanted to do. And so I supplied her with an image of this miniature, which is one of my autarchs with the wings, of course. And she kind of copied his arm panels and his colors, but then of course put my head on it with my hair. And you can tell now, even while I'm talking to you, look at how close it is. From my facial features, the fact that my hair flows and she still managed to give me the pointy ears and the little gem in my forehead, the way that my eyes are slightly slanted and my eyebrows are different heights, the way that my smile kind of goes up on one side, and the way that my hair, even my beard, like my little triangle here and my beard here, it's just unreal. The amount of depth in every gem, the shading on every feather of my wings as they rise up is just so good. And of course, I had to make a full artwork. She did supply me with the full artwork already made up, but I kind of just took it upon myself. I added some purple background, I kind of squished them in, I made them different sizes. And look at this banner. Look at the banner for the channel now. Oh my god. Money well spent. It was over in like seconds. I can't believe how quickly she did it. The end result is unreal. It is unreal. So good. So if you haven't gone to check her out, at least her pricing sheet, or followed her on Twitter yet, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing with yourself? Go down there right now, click on the link and go over and check out her work, please, because it is ridiculous. And while you're down there, if you've enjoyed this little showcase of this art for the channel, please leave a like below and subscribe, because it really helps me push out new content for you guys. I know it's been slow as of late. There are many things happening, I promise. New battle reports coming soon, and the new part 2 where I paint and add grass and all of that to the Hallelujah Mountains floating Pandora board. If you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out up at the top right over there. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Go check out Virlandil on Twitter. Tell her Barnyard sent you. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.